you guys can see, getting some grass. Finally getting some grass to grow in. And it's right at the end of January, close to the end of January. So I'll be mowing out here, hopefully not too far from now. It's definitely a little later than it is normally, but you know, at least we're getting something. This thing's still been running good, no issues with it. I did add on this Dodge logo that I got out of the trash, but I've been pretty happy with it. Just been using it for utility and, you know, running stuff up to the dumpsters. Some of you might know I've still been doing vacuum videos, but it's been on another channel. This is going to have its own video done as soon as I get a new axle for it, and that'll be up on that channel. It'll be a full service and teardown. Really kind of different, and surprisingly that channel's actually been doing a lot better than I thought it would be, at least views wise. But anyways, also there's a shout out I do want to give as far as vacuums are concerned. It's his the link to his channel is in the description bar. He's called Performance Reviews, and he has been in vacuums and in that industry for at least 10-15 years. He's very knowledgeable, and I bounce a lot of ideas off of him, at least I have in the past. And he's been very helpful, actually, with fixing some of the stuff that I've fixed. And I definitely recommend his channel if you're into vacuum repair and vacuums and everything that's in between with them. Again, check his channel out and give him a sub if you like his content. It's actually pretty good content. But I've been saying, very, very busy with kind of cleaning stuff up. And it doesn't really look like it right now, but this is actually very organized. I still need to go through it some more and clean out some more stuff, but I've actually thrown away a lot. I have given away a lot, and I've sold a lot. I'm just kind of dwindling the rest of it down. I went through my entire shelf here and organized everything, which took me about almost an entire weekend. Going through stuff, keeping what I wanted, keeping what was still good, and then organizing the rest of it, or at least trying to, and kind of going from there. But you guys can see I've got, you know, beauty covers here, gas tank, larger parts, gas tanks, recoils, a whole plethora of good used spark plugs, a bunch of pulleys, more gas tanks. This is all Briggs carburetors. That's all 2-cycle carburetors. This is all Tecumseh carburetors. Small wheels, big wheels, blades, air filters and boxes. Got some parts motors down here. And got some air filters over here. You guys probably saw that. But it's about, I'd say, 85-90% complete, at least where I want it right now. But going through all this stuff was no small task. It really wasn't. And it took me a while to go through everything and make sure there was stuff here that I wanted. And that goes with a lot of this stuff too. I've been going through a lot of my hoard and breaking down and fixing what can be fixed. You guys have probably already seen this video, but I did a video on this thing. And, you know, this is one of those lawnmowers that if I wasn't able to fix it for almost nothing like I did, it wasn't worth fixing it. And it was more worth just, you know, breaking it down for parts and getting rid of it. But if I can make 20-30 bucks off this thing, I'll be happy. But I've got some other stuff over here that is still good, and I'm not dedicated to the junk just yet. I do want to give some of this stuff a chance and at least see if I can get it going again and offload it for, you know, 20-30 bucks to somebody who just needs the grass cut. These over here, I haven't decided 100% what I'm going to do with them. I would like to get both of them going at the very least and then kind of go from there. And of course you guys will see a video on that if it happens. It probably will, because I've been trying to consolidate all of the stuff that I can make content on for you guys kind of in the same spot, so I kind of know what I have to do. Because when you have a whole bunch of stuff that you need to fix up and make videos on and do this and that with, it gets very, very cumbersome, and you kind of lose track of and forget what all you need to do. So hopefully you guys will see some more videos coming up on a lot of this other smaller stuff that maybe really isn't worth me selling, but it might be worth me fixing it and making videos about it and you know, just offloading it for, you know, 20, 30 bucks and seeing what I can get out of it. All this stuff over here, this is some of the stuff that I've kind of dedicated to trash so far. And I'm still pulling parts off a lot of this. In fact, this deck right here, I'm going to pull all the wheels off of it and scrap the rest. I think this thing is pretty well had it. The gas tank is shot. There's no carburetor. I think I already pulled that off. There's a couple springs and stuff on both of these motors, but really both of these are just too far gone. They're just not worth putting the money or time into. This thing, I just pulled the motor off of it, and it's not really worth going any further with it, namely because I don't have a bag for it. And the bag is far too expensive for me to justify. Now, another thing I've gotten rid of is a lot of the two-cycle stuff that I had that was just required too much work that needed to be done to it. So I threw away a lot of that stuff and got rid of it, and this is all I've got left now. Still got the quad, it's still running good. Rode it around last week. But the rest of this stuff over here is not junk. It's still good. I actually need to go through here and organize this a little bit better. And this John Deere, I'm going to try and fix this thing up eventually. I know I keep saying that, but I might save that for later in the summer, and hopefully we can get it going. But the rest of this stuff should be good enough to get working. I think the transmission on this is locked up, so I'm going to have to figure out that. A lot of the time these transmissions just break and they're just not really worth going any further with. But this thing might actually be too far gone. We'll have to see. I have been surprised with a lot of these mowers lately. I really have. The ones that I thought wouldn't be worth fixing have kind of turned out to be, worth putting a little bit of time into. And you guys get videos out of it. With this thing, I just need to get another carburetor for it. It's a very common issue with these Hondas. They always seem to have carburetor issues with them. It was kind of a design that never really caught on with Honda, and they didn't keep them around all that long. But that's the state of the Horde right now. And I've broken down quite a few of those decks and just pulled parts off of them and shelved the parts and junk what was junk. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this kind of quick update on everything. I've been trying to, like I said, consolidate a lot of my stuff and my projects and really kind of do an early spring cleaning and just kind of get rid of a lot of the stuff that's taking up space or I don't need, or it's just junk and it needs to be gotten rid of. Hopefully you guys are going to have a lot more videos here in the very near future. But I know for sure I need to sell a lot of the stuff that I already have on hand. These three are going to be sold, and this thing's still been working really well. I'm really happy with that. Glad I fixed it. But anyways, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Hopefully I can get you guys a grass cutting video here pretty soon. But you all stay classy.